everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gym Rats. As always, it is me, XFL Jim. Joined by the immaculate man, the professional pro himself, Erik, a.k.a. Uncle fucking Rico. Whoa. And that's Erik responding to Sports Facts for the millionth time. Love you, Sports Facts.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy. Let's make some money chiming in. Fade in Florida today. Let's go. Let's hammer it. Erik, were you getting hot on the pod?
You know what? I went off with a little bit of the gambling industry and everything like that.
Can you just give me like a little preview so that people that want to tune in, they should go tune in to the eTop 21 Sports Show podcast. Available everywhere, right?
Yeah, Spotify, Amazon.
Yeah, available everywhere. Just give the people just a little taste.
About a certain people giving out 3-team parlays and hit their minus 132.
The minus the mega whale play of a.
Yeah, and I mean, like, look, dude, like the dude who did it, like, honestly, like. Way back in the day when, like, remember what were those things when message boards were big?
Oh, dude, I remember message boards.
I was on his message board. He had me, I found it, I started posting on it. He was like, hey, can you do this? He was actually giving me a little money under the table to post on his message board. And I the guy was cool. Then he got a little big time, and now he's completely got off the rails. And you know what? Him and I haven't talked in, years.
It's a damn shame when that happens.
But you know what? I was professional. I didn't mention his name though.
No, keep things anonymous. Keep things professional. Erik, we're kind of like inching into. We've already had a bunch of conferences already start their conference championships, conference tournaments, and whatnot. Are you excited for full blown March Madness?
I'm excited. I was a little disappointed like last night. You know, Tennessee Martin was a team like I was big on all season. Couldn't hit a broadside of a fucking barn yesterday. Went down to Tennessee State. Thought Murray State could make a little noise, especially in the Missouri Valley really opened up. Drake fucking ran Belmont outside the gym, and Belmont definitely isn't going to get an at-large bid. Interesting to see what happens. Miami, Ohio, always frauds. Can't wait for them to go down to whoever in the MAC tournament. So,
statistically, one of the best teams against the spread.
What, losing? They've lost 6 straight. Miami of Ohio. They didn't cover last night.
I think. I'm trying to see. I'm saying overall on the season.
They are like how many 1-score games have they won in a row?
I know, right?
Obviously due for regression. You look at their shot quality stuff, they've lost a couple games. Should have lost to Kent State, a 90% three-throw shooter, missed 2. Akron was up double digits at their own place. And then after you just completed a perfect season, and instead of celebrating, everyone goes over to the Ohio student section and just starts throwing up their middle fingers.
So I feel like that's MAC rivalries. There's deep hate in that conference, Erik. You know this.
Nah, man. This team's a joke, dude.
I can't believe you're not rooting for Miami of Ohio.
Nah, man.
It's a fun. Go Red Hawks.
Bluffs, dude. What's going to be funny, though, is there's certain people on here that advocate, oh, this team should get in. This team should get in. This team should get in. When the Red Hawks don't win their conference tournament and they bump out that team, I think that's going to be good social media watching, my friend.
Oh, it'll be amazing. I'm here for that. I'm here for everything. I'm here for all the major conference tournaments. I'm here for pure March Madness because it's not quite football season for me yet. I'm dipping my toe in because for those of you who don't know, a little football talk. A couple arena leagues already started. But it's college basketball season. We're head first in. Are you ready to get to picking, Erik?
Of course.
I got a couple at 11. I'm starting us off this morning.
I have 1-11.
I got 4 at 11 and 1 at 11:30. I'll start us off then. Since Chase isn't here to be a dirty homer, I'll be a dirty homer for him and just go Arkansas plus 2.5 and a little bit on the money line versus Missouri.
Well, Jim, right away we are going head to head.
Oh yeah!
I am taking Missouri here -2. I just like the spot to fade Arkansas coming off an impressive 20-point win over Texas. Big performance situations like that often create value fading a team their next game, especially when they have to go on the road. On the other side, Missouri is coming off an embarrassing 16-point loss to Oklahoma, which generally creates a bounce back spot for a home team. Home and road splits are often very important in this matchup. According to Haslametrics, Arkansas has really struggled away from home. Their season ranking 380th nationally in road performance. Missouri, meanwhile, has been much stronger in Columbia, ranking around the 80th best home team in the country. That home court advantage is big. There is also some shooting aggression that could come into play here. Over the last 5 games, Arkansas has been shooting 43% from three-point range. That is extremely high number, typically not sustainable over a larger stretch. When teams shoot that well from deep for a short period of time, it often corrects itself. Rebounding is another area where Missouri has a clear advantage. Over the last month, Arkansas ranks around 303rd in defensive rebounding, according to Torovic, while Missouri ranks as 35th in offensive rebounding. That mismatch could lead to several second chance opportunities for the Tigers, which becomes very important in a slower pace game. Speaking of pace, Missouri prefers to play in a much slower, more physical half style. Arkansas likes to play faster, thrives when the games turn into transitional battles. When these teams played earlier in the season, it was a high-scoring game, but at Missouri Arena, Missouri likes to control the tempo and turn this into a half-court battle. Missouri's defense also matches up well. However, they do a great job protecting the paint, using their length, forcing opponents into tougher shots. Arkansas has an explosive offense, but it's most dangerous when he can get out in transition. If Missouri slows the game down, forces Arkansas to operate in the half court, that offensive efficiency number drops. When you combine the bounce back spot for Missouri, Arkansas road struggles, their likely shooting aggression, and Missouri's rebounding advantage sets up well for the Tigers at home. That's why I'm laying Missouri -2.
Did open. I did see some 1.5s out there, Eric, when it opened.
You know what, dude? Jim,
I grabbed the plus 2.5. I grabbed plus 2.5. That's all I'm gonna say.
So if it lands on 2, I push you in.
Yeah.
Is that the best scenario for us?
For me, I don't want you to I don't know. Sometimes a push feels worse than a loss.
No, I'm fine with the push.
Okay. Sometimes to me, a push depends how you get there, I guess. My other 11, I'm going UNC Asheville versus High Point. I'm taking the plus 13. This is another one opened up. I think it opened up at plus 11. So I'm grabbing a team that I think can compete here, that I think the score, the spread is not indicative of what the final score will be. I think it'll be much closer. So give me the 13. Moving over to the Big 12, Houston, Oklahoma State over 146.5. Again, saw it. When I see something that's just it's a little fishy to me. It opened up at 149, 148.5. I don't see any reason why this number should have fallen so far. So, yeah, give me the over. Houston, Oklahoma State.
I really want it. God damn it. I really, 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 really.
Did you want to bet Oklahoma State?
Really, really wanted to bet Oklahoma State, but I couldn't.
What is Oklahoma State's just in your blood somehow?
Dude, they've been really good at home, dude. Insanely.
You can say whatever reason you want, but whatever sport it comes into, I'm sure you're going to find a way to bet them in college baseball.
Dude, I have never bet college baseball.
Not a college baseball.
No, you know what? I take that back, dude. I take that back. I bet one college baseball. It was a live bet. My boy Wade, I was Proven Wagers, comes on my podcast every week talking UFC. He lived down in Indy. I was down in Indy. We met at a lovely bar. I forget the name of the bar. God damn it. Some brewery. And you know what? All that was on was college baseball. So I put a nice little live bet on.
There you go.
College baseball.
I'm continuing at 11. DePaul -3 versus Butler. That's just self-explanatory. I shouldn't need to evaluate on that. Right? Pretty self-explanatory.
You did.
And then
what did you do? You did DePaul?
Yeah, DePaul -3 versus Butler.
I mean, I get it.
And then last bit for the 11 sort of ish. It's 11:30. I'm taking Marquette +9.5 versus UConn. Again, this was all just pure line movement based. Marquette, they opened up at +8.5. So with like totals, I go a little bit more. I need like a like at least a 2.5 point movement to like really take a look at it.
I'm more of a first half under guy.
With spread, that I know. But with college basketball, it's so crazy because you get games where they just go lights out first half and then die out.
Yeah.
After halftime. But Marquette, when it's like just spreads, a point and a half, I'll try and grab that almost every time. So Marquette +9.5 here. Now I ain't got nothing, Eric, until about 1.
Yeah, my next one's at 1 too.
All right, lay it on me, big guy.
My one is I am going to SMU here +1.5. Comes in on a losing streak, but I actually think this is the exact spot where they bounce back despite the recent struggles. Have been more consistent team throughout the season, more battle tested according to the advanced metric on Hazel metrics. One of the big reasons for the recent losses has been shooting variance from opponents. During the losing streak, teams have been shooting about 44% from 3 against SMU. That number is extremely high and usually signs to some shooting regression coming up. And I lost my spot. Here we go. When you see the opponent shooting that well from deep, strat usually corrects itself over time. Pace is another factor here. SMU in this matchup, they prefer a more structured half-court style, play at a moderate tempo. Florida State is more effective when the game speeds up, can generate offense in transition. When these teams met earlier this season, SMU controlled the pace, won the game. If SMU can dictate tempo, it forces Florida State into more half-court possessions where the offense isn't as efficient. Rebounding, clear edge for SMU. They've been one of the stronger rebounding teams this season, hold a positive rebound margin. Meanwhile, Florida State actually been negative on the glass. That advantage gives SMU extra possessions, second chance opportunities, which becomes extremely vulnerable in a close game with a small spread. Turnovers also favor SMU in this matchup. They take care of the basketball. Rank among the better teams in terms of assist to turnover ratio. Florida State can create some pressure, but they also turn the ball over themselves. SMU's discipline style limits ball turnovers, prevents Florida State from getting out in transition points. Defensively, SMU matches up well too. They do a solid job protecting the paint, limiting field goal percentage. Florida State's offense can be explosive, but tends to be less effective when forced to operate in the half court. And finally, motivation plays a full role here for SMU on a losing streak. This is a team that will be desperate to close the season with some momentum. Spots like this often bring out the best effort from a team that knows it needs to get back on track. They're, in my eyes, they're on the bubble. They need to win. They can't end the season on a 4-game losing streak. You know, with the rebounding edge, ball security, the ability to control plays, the shooting regression stuff, I'll take SMU here plus the 1.5.
I did sprinkle a little bit just on the money line, but I'm not including that here. I just they're in my round robin later. Just a little spoiler, one team for the round robin. Stay tuned for the rest. I like that though. I like SMU quite a bit. My 1 o'clock, it's technically 1:15, Eric. I'm taking Stanford +9 versus NC State. The Cardinal, they're going to fight hard here. And again, guess what? This is all line movement, baby. What did they open up as? Stanford. NC State opened up as an 8-point favorite. When I see just some value, and also, boom. What I've seen out of NC State the last few weeks has not really impressed me whatsoever. I mean, I know Stanford's not very good, but come on.
I had them. Dude, your boy Justin is on Arkansas money line against Missouri. So, I was on NC State Monday, and I mean that was a brutal game. It's like, what the hell is going on? I knew I was in trouble when they were started out shooting great from 3 and was tied with Duke. So,
I'm cooked, Eric, until no. I got a couple of 3.
I got a 230 and a 3.
Lay the 230 on me.
Taking the Missouri State +5.5. When you look at Georgia over the last 30 days defensively, there's some major red flags that are allowing opponents to shoot 55% from the field during that stretch. which ranks around 99th in the country. Extremely poor defensive efficiency. It's even become more considering when you consider the size Georgia has in the roster. Rebounding, another issue. Despite the size, Georgia ranks 334th nationally in rebounding. When over the last 30 days, when a team struggles that much in the glass, it becomes very difficult to create separation in games, especially when you're laying more than 2 possessions on the road. Another angle here is shooting regression on both sides. Mississippi State currently on a 4-game losing streak. During that stretch, opponents have been shooting 43% from 3 against them. That is an extremely high number, typically signs to some negative shooting regression coming for those opponents. At the same time, Georgia, on their 2-game winning streak, is shooting 51% from 3. Obviously not a sustainable number over the long term. So those shooting splits in the matchup suggest we could see some regression working in Mississippi State's favor. The pace of the game also leans toward Mississippi State at home. They tend to play more of a physical half-court style in Starkville, which slows the game down and reduces possessions. Georgia prefers to play at a bit faster, more dangerous when they can generate offense in transition. If Mississippi State controls the tempo and forces more half-court possessions, that limits Georgia's ability to create separation. Rebounding is another area where Mississippi State can complete. They've been solid on the glass all season, particularly defensively, and that becomes important against a Georgia team that struggled to secure rebounds. And Mississippi State can control the defensive rebounds. It eliminates second chance opportunities. Turnovers also favor Mississippi State in this environment. They generally take care of the basketball, play more control style, especially at home. That limits easy transition points that Georgia likes to create when opponents make mistakes. Defensively, Mississippi State's length and physicality has helped this matchup. Their defense focuses on protecting the paint, forcing tougher shots, which can slow down offensive volume. So when you combine Georgia's defensive struggles, rebounding issues, their likely shooting regression, the slower pace, this just points me to Mississippi State plus 5.5 at home, my friend.
I like it. I like that quite a bit.
I mean, Jim, I can talk basketball all day, buddy. Like, just give me a mic, give me some numbers, and I can just rattle, dude.
I'm rolling. I'm sticking with the SEC for my first 3 o'clock play. I'm taking the Florida Kentucky under 160.5.
I have a bet in this game, Jim.
Oh, what's yours?
Oh, dude, and I'm sorry to our dear friend Chase. I'm taking Kentucky here plus 6.5 and plus 230. Florida, one of the best teams in the country over the last month. Per Bartorbeck, they've been the second best team in college basketball during the stretch, riding a 10-game winning streak. But that's exactly the type of spot where I want to fade them. Florida's essentially lashed out with the SEC. Now they're traveling into Rump to face a Kentucky team, one of the tougher environments in the nation. During the winning streak, opponents have been shooting under 27% from 3 against Florida. That number is extremely low and usually signals some positive shooting regression coming from opponents. But Kentucky can knock down a few open outside shots, it's really going to open stuff up against Florida. Pace is another key factor that favors Kentucky in this matchup. Florida likes to play faster and is at its best when the game opens up in transition. Kentucky, especially at home, prefers a more controlled pace, operates effectively in the half-court. Games are tend to be slowed down, which naturally reduces his possessions, limited ability for high-powered offense to create separation. Rebounding, another key advantage here. Kentucky has been strong on the glass all season, particularly on the defensive rebounding, which is key because it prevents Florida, who's one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the country, from getting second chance opportunities. Defensively, Kentucky's length and physicality also help in this matchup. Their defensive focuses on protecting the paint, forcing contested shots. Florida's offense is elite, but like most explosive teams, it becomes less efficient when it's forced to play slower. So when you combine the potential shooting regression against Florida, the slower pace at Rupp, Kentucky's rebounding on the defensive side, disciplined style of play, I think this game's going to be tight. I think Kentucky is still trying to, how can I word this? Florida's already locked it up,
They're in.
They're in. They're locked up to SEC. Now, granted, there is a debate, Florida, UConn for that 1 seed. I really don't think this game's going to matter that much for that. I think this is just Florida's just trying to get the season over. I'll take Kentucky here in the spot. What's up with the giggles, buddy?
I like it, Eric. I like it. I like what you're going with here.
What are you giggling after my last 2 bets? You're like a little.
No,
you're like a 13-year-old boy seeing his first titty for the first time.
It's something to behold. The way that you just break down a team, it's special. UTEP is a pick'em versus Jayville State. I'm a sucker for these like toss-up coin flip games. You know I am. You know I am. I see these like pick'ems or -1s that flip, and I can't get enough of it. Doesn't it get your juices flowing?
I mean, it used to.
Erik, you had such a dopamine rush filled like 20s and 30s that he can't get excited unless he's almost on like dealing with a life or death at this point.
Yeah, you know what? I live my life a quarter mile at a time, dude.
As everyone should. I think I'm cooked until 5. I got one play at 5:30.
Dude, you know what I found out? That there was like a little short film released, and I had no idea it existed. And it has to do with what happened with Paul Walker.
Wait, really?
Oh no, yeah, between like Fast Furious 1 and Fast Furious 2. I had no idea.
I also had no idea about this.
I kind of want to watch it, dude. I
didn't realize you're the biggest Paul Walker guy.
Dude, I like little, dude. I like little Fast and Furious, dude. I mean,
I do like a little Fast and Furious.
You know, that was peak Michelle Rodriguez.
What's your favorite one?
Dude, favorite one has to be the first one, dude.
That's valid.
Favorite one has to be the first one, dude.
I think the fifth one's my favorite.
I like the one where there's that what's that scene? Oh, where the Rock mocks Tyrese for his big ass head.
That's either that might be the sixth one.
Yeah, I like it. Tokyo Drift wasn't a fan of, but yeah,
it's grown on me a little bit.
Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah, it's grown on me a little bit. You got anything at 5:30?
I got one at 4:30, dude.
Lay it on us, Erik. You're up next. 5:30 is when I'm up.
I'm taking the Hoosiers plus 4.5. First off, I told myself I was going to be fading Ohio State after their shooting performance against Penn State. They shot 70% from 3 in that game, which is completely unsustainable. When a team shoots like that, it usually creates value fading them in the next game. Over the last 2 games, Ohio State is shooting around 53% from 3. Definitely a fade spot. I think Indiana's got a huge coaching advantage here with DeVries in a tight big end game where both these teams need to get this win. Half-court education, managing the momentum manager. I think DeVries is better at that. Pace of the game also favors Indiana. Both teams prefer to play a slower tempo, operate in the half court, naturally reduces possessions, keeps the game tighter. When a game turns into a slower grinding style, I'm going to take the team getting 4.5. Rebounding, another factor here. Ohio State has been solid, but Indiana showed the ability to hold its own in the glass and limit second chance opponents. Second chance opportunities. Turnovers also important. Indiana generally done a good job protecting the ball in conference play. If you take away Thornton, Ohio State has shown the ability to turn the ball over. Defensively, Indiana matches up well. Defensive forces on limiting field goal percentage, protecting the paint. They also force tougher shots, slow down effective offense. When you combine the defensive style with a slower pace, I think it creates a type of environment where the game stays close deep into the second half. So when you factor in the shooting aggression for Ohio State, slower pace, Indiana's ability to stay competitive on the glass, their disciplined style of play, I'll take the Hoosiers here all day at plus 4.5, my friend.
Okay, I got that a little bit later.
Ooh.
5:30. Am I up next at 5:30, or is Erik still pumping them in?
My next one isn't until 8.
Okay, Southern Miss plus 5 versus App State. Boom. Again, Southern Miss, they opened up as like a 4-point underdog here.
Fuck Southern Miss.
Is this still football related, dude? Come on.
Fuck Southern Miss.
Come on.
Fuck Southern Miss, dude.
No one holds a grudge like Uncle Rico.
Fuck Southern Miss, dude.
I don't know anyone who holds a grudge like you do.
Dude, I'm a bitter man, dude.
You're like a tortoise. You never forget. But you're always there just waiting, outlasting everybody.
Just outlasting everybody.
Damn right, dude. 7 o'clock. I'm going with my next hometown team, my next home team, Nebraska Omaha plus 7.5 versus North Dakota State.
Nebraska Omaha.
I gotta root for the Mavericks, dude. I love UNO. Great campus. They just had a sinkhole like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Show up on campus.
Shit, that was there.
The one in the road by the light. Yeah, that was right by UNO.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It was sick. I watched that video. It was awesome. And then 7:30, I'm going Texas -7 versus Oklahoma.
Really?
Dude, open up is like an 8.5. They've been getting bet down a little bit, but I think that's square money coming in.
Square money.
Square money. I'm gonna get ahead of it. I'm just gonna take Texas here with the better number, and then Portland +7 versus San Francisco.
You don't like Portland okay.
That's 8 p.m. though. I think I almost passed you there.
That's fine, dude.
What's your timing?
I got one at 8.
Okay, go ahead. I got 2 more at 8. Portland +7 versus San Francisco was already at 8 though.
USC 6.5 and +230.
Doggy, we're on together with this one, Erik.
Fading UCLA coming off their 20-point win over 9th-ranked Nebraska. Huge emotional win. Historically, Mick Horn teams have not been great in this spot. On the road, he's just 46% against the spread. And when he's a road favorite in conference play, that number drops to 44. That is not a profile of coach I want to trust laying points in a rivalry game on the road. Rebounding matchup also stands out over the past 30 days. UCLA ranks 330th in defensive rebounding, while USC is 80th in offensive rebounding. Creates opportunities for second chance points, which can be huge in a slower paced rivalry game. Pace is another factor here that favors USC. The Trojans prefer to control a half style, play a slower tempo. When the game is played at home, typically forces opponents into a slower pace. UCLA is much more effective when it can control tempo. Turnovers also are a key. USC in this matchup, they generally take care of the ball, play a different style. Important because USC's offense becomes more dangerous when it can get easier transition opportunities, when it can force turnovers. Defensively, I think USC matches up well here. They do a great job protecting the paint, forcing in tough shots. I really don't trust UCLA's 3-point shooting. Put all that together, rivalry game, fewer possessions, type of environment, 6.5 over 2 possessions is just way too much in this battle for LA. I'll take USC here plus the points with a sprinkle on the money line, my friend.
I'm lockstep there with you. I love USC in this spot. I'm just taking them on +6. I didn't go money line. Call me a coward. Call me a pussy.
Coward.
That's what I'm rolling with here.
Coward.
And then my final bet. I got one other California school, and that is UC Santa Barbara -1.5 versus UC San Diego. This one, Erik, is all just based on mascots.
Is that the one with the sandwich one?
Which one?
The grinder, the Italian sandwich you had that you like?
No. That's Berkeley. That's Cal. That's just Cal. UC Santa Barbara is just a better mascot than UC San Diego. Okay, I will take the money line for USC.
There you go. There we go, Jimmy. There we go.
Do you know what the Santa Barbara team is, Erik?
Oh my God, the Gauchos.
Yeah, the Gauchos.
The Gauchos.
That's all my picks.
You got. I'm in the midst of putting her in my round robin.
I got a little round robin for the people.
All right, my round robin: SMU, Indiana, Kentucky, USC, and Mississippi State.
Mine is Arkansas, Southern Miss, Boston College, Delaware, SMU, Cincinnati.
Okay.
And then I have 2 other parlays for the people.
Ooh.
One of them is called the Trend Follower, where I just looked up season-long best against the spread.
The Trend Follower.
Yeah, so I'm taking Fresno State +13 versus Grand Canyon. I'm taking Arkansas +2.5. I'm taking Mercer -2, Wichita State -8, and Sam Houston straight up.
Okay, what's the next one?
It's a weird favorite money line one where you take what the sharps like to do, what those touts like to do, Erik, where you take the money line of favorites. I didn't go as big as some of them. There's a couple like -400 sprinkled in here, but these are all the teams just straight money line. DePaul, St. Bonaventure, St. Joseph's, Miami, Florida, just Florida, Wake Forest, Ohio State, CSUN, so Cal State Northridge, UCLA, and Drexel. I know there's a couple in there. I made this before I hopped on the money line with USC, so now I'm kind of like rooting both ways on that one.
Okay.
But other than a couple that I'm going head-to-head against Erik with, like Florida and I believe Ohio State, I think we're okay on that.
We're lockstep.
For most things, I think we're really just lockstep for USC was the only thing that we like 100% agreed on.
Yeah.
We're lockstep for that. We're fighting in our regular picks. We're lockstep for USC. We're fighting in Arkansas, Missouri.
Okay. All right.
It's a head-to-head match. Eric, we did have a question from I Hate the Lakers. Thoughts on the NFL moves?
Dude, first of all, I always love the people that come out and like do all this stuff with no data right away. DJ Moore was in the Joe Brady system. It's going to take pressure off Kincaid, pressure off Shakir. Is he going to be able to be focused for a whole year? I really don't know. Now, if you can convince Mike Evans to come there on the cheap and he drops down to the wide receiver 2, that's really interesting what the Bills have. But to have a hard on right now for the Bills offense when DJ Moore is showing he can't stay locked in, little bit in.
I think it's okay because with their offense, even without what they had this last season, was still pretty good.
Everyone here, like I'm in Chicago, thought the Bears were getting Max Crosby.
Max Crosby,
your
boy.
I think it's fucking hilarious. He's not coming here, dude. Like I think it's like, dude, it is fucking hilarious. Everyone was telling me, locked, dude.
I think it's a great fit in Baltimore.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, he gets hurt a lot.
Does he? I feel like that was just a last season thing.
Raiders have never really been that good. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see. I mean, they've always needed a pass rusher in Baltimore. Now they got one. I think it's a huge upgrade for the defense. We'll see what he does. It's going to be a different culture. It's always interesting to see, like, when you get these guys that have come from such a shitty organization and then they go to a team like the Ravens that's going to have more structure, how they adapt to it. Do they buy into it? You know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, team playing at 7 a.m. Not 7:30, not 7:45. Your ass is here at 7. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like, how much is he really going to buy into that stuff?
I don't know. He's got that weird Eastern Michigan mentality.
And then
the us against the world deal.
What was I going to say? Dude, you know what I did find out today?
What was that?
You ready to get blown away? If you draft, you know, like when you get drafted, you go like on the stage, you have the hat, you have the jersey and everything from the team that drafted you.
Mm-hmm.
The Arizona Cardinals charge you for all that stuff you have on, and they deduct that from your pay.
I love that. Dude, that's amazing.
I mean, dude, just think about that. You just got drafted. You're pumped as hell. Hey, dude, you know what?
That's such a cheap organizational thing to do.
You owe me $100 for the jersey, $45 for the hat, man. We'll just take it out of your pay.
My God.
I think the Bears offensive line, a little worried about that. They did lose their center. They made the trade for New England's starting center. Going to be interesting to see what happens with that. They did free up a lot of draft capital with the moves and everything. Decker leaving the Lions. I'm a huge Lions homer. Everyone has talked to me about the culture, but him leaving there, does that say something's wrong with the culture? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're really buying in, like, right around, you know, you're already a multimillionaire, you know, like, I don't know. It's unless the Lions were just being like dirt cheap with their offer, but I don't know. Going to be interesting to see how everything plans out. You know, interesting to see where Linderbaum goes. Wherever Linderbaum goes, he's a center from the Ravens. Jesus Christ, dude.
He's got a hot commodity.
Yeah. So I'm interested in that, but we'll see what happens. You know, a lot of stuff going on.
Damn right, folks. And a lot of stuff where you can follow that guy at EDOF21 Sports. You follow me at XFL Chim. Ramping up this month. We got UFL football. So the news and everything, the videos will ramp up coming up. Be prepared. Be on the lookout. We love you guys. And we will see you next time for another episode of Gym Rats.